My name is Michael McDermott, and I'm playing the fourth Esquire in Parsifal.
Hello, I am Renée Richardson, and I am playing one of the Flower Maidens.
Hi, my name is Meryl Dominguez, and I'm playing the first Esquire and also one of the Flower Maidens. And we're here today to talk about Wagner. Is this anybody's first time in a Wagner opera? Or
This is my first time in a Wagner opera. I have seen a few Wagner operas, but I never considered myself a Wagnerian singer, so this is my debut in the Wagner opera, and I'm very excited because it actually suits my voice pretty well.
I think it's pretty rare that Wagner operas are done, especially we're all just coming into the field, and they're never done in schools really for obvious reasons. And I feel even in professional companies, because they're so expensive, takes a lot of people. It takes a village to put one of these on, and it takes a lot of hours of both staging and timing. This is definitely my first experience in an opera.
yeah,
By Wagner. What about you, Meryl?
I did one of the Rhine Maidens actually at AVA, but it was a kind of reduced production. We didn't have an orchestra; it was just with piano. So it was very, very different experience than what Parsifal is going to be. You know, like Parsifal is this like epic giant thing, and Das Rheingold is only 2.5 hours or so. So even in comparison to other works of his, it's pretty small.
So how do you guys feel about being in and staging an opera that's this length?
It takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes so many people, right?
Right.
We've been already working on it for 2 weeks, and we have a few more weeks, and then we get to the stage. So it's a longer process, and there are many more moving parts to it.
Yes. There's a lot of pieces to put together. And I'll take, for instance, our scene. When you're going over your own part, you're like, oh, this is doable. And then the first time we put it all together, I said, wow, this is going to take some time. This is going to take some time. So definitely, I guess, in comparison to other roles that I've prepared, it's taken a little longer, even though it's a shorter role. But yeah, that's about it. Everything in Wagner is longer. So Wagner, obviously we know he's super popular, but for you guys, why do you think that Wagner is such a big deal in the opera world?
I mean, Wagner as a person is very controversial, but he had so many innovations for like the opera stage. Like Wagner was the first person to turn the lights off in the theater, in the audience, which is kind of wild to think of, like having full house lights up while doing a show. But that's what it was before Bayreuth. And he also was kind of the innovator of what we consider the pit for the orchestra. The orchestra was just kind of on a platform next to the stage. And so there are lots and lots of theatrical innovations that he did as part of creating Bayreuth and what Bayreuth is. So theater would look very, very different without Wagner.
I think so too.
I think for the people involved as well, it's kind of this big summit in a way, like climbing Everest. These huge roles that have up to 80 to 90 minutes of music, if you were to do it by yourself with a piano without any of the rest of the opera, is a huge, huge undertaking to learn all of that. And I think when I've spoken to, Richard Beto or Patrick Summers, it seems like these big works are something that they really look forward to doing at some point in their career, getting an opportunity to really dig into due to their significance, and also, like you were saying, sort of how they had an impact on opera going forward. I think sitting down and talking about this work has made me even more excited to get back into the room and wrap up the staging process and see where we go as we get to the stage. And I am so excited for everyone to see this work in January, and I am so excited to see these Flower Maidens bloom. So see you all then. Goodbye.